Everybody, and welcome to Stupid O'Clock Thursday Night Edition, sort of the early edition, 9 p.m. on Thursday nights. We got our regular crew in here. We got Dan and Bill, and then we got Master Sergeant Scarborough.
I was not a Master Sergeant.
I
was
sorry.
Sergeant First Class, but I was a Staff Sergeant for one.
Sergeant First Class. Yes.
Staff Sergeant. I made it the Staff Sergeant.
In other words, we call him Sir.
I work for a living.
That's what I was about to say. I was waiting on you.
Oh, God.
Don't call me sir. I work for a living.
These headphones. If I were putting in earplugs right now, I'd hear y'all even 10 times better than I do right now.
Yeah.
Good Lord, these are bone conduction headphones, and they are a whole lot better than what I paid for. Let me tell you.
So you can hear the sultry, smooth tones in my voice now.
Oh, was that your voice?
I can hear your every bowel movement.
Really?
From 3 blocks away.
And hi, Greg Kiesel. How are you doing tonight, sir? Oh. Yeah, I was at MatrothamCon, and the Army or the State Guard, they weren't State Guard, but they were Army, but they're reserve. What do you call those, John?
Reservists.
They weren't
reserve. Yeah.
They weren't national.
National Guard is state.
National Guard is state. Okay, they were just a step above National Guard.
Well, actually, they were kind of. You got the Army, then you got the reserve that backs them up.
Yeah.
Then down here, you got the National Guard, who's they're state.
The backup.
But yeah. No, they're not backup. They're actually front line, but they're state. They're not federal, unless they get federalized. So.
Yeah.
That's a very confusing bit of detail that. Well, you are the only one that could explain it to us well enough to where everybody can understand it. But I think I've got it. It's like there's the National Guard, and then there is the rest of the National Guard. Is that close?
No. Okay.
Well,
it was...
The Army's the federal one. That's the whole United States. Then they've got a reserve. They don't come in all the time. Well, some of them do, some of them don't. Just depends on what their job is. They only come in when they're needed. Okay. They might come in kind of like National Guard. They only come in maybe 2 days a month. Sometimes they're full time. Just depends on what their job in the reserve is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the National Guard is state. It's not federal unless they get federalized, and then they become part of the regular Army.
Yeah, well,
that does not sound at all comfortable. Yeah, but it is one of those things that does have to happen from time to time.
Well, they were-
Rarely.
There are what, 57 different National Guards? Every state's
Well,
got one, Puerto Rico and Guam.
okay, so yeah, more than the contiguous states. Yeah. Um,
I think it's 57. Heinz 57. That's what it is.
well, you're the expert. I'm not trying to scramble an egg
I've never
here.
been to Puerto Rico or Guam. I know
That
they've
would
got
be
National
a
Guard. I just don't
Well, I do have friends in Puerto Rico, and they say
I
it's
don't know if the
quite
Virgin
nice.
Islands have one. What are some of the other U.S. territories? We got Guam.
Yes, well, there are no virgins in the Virgin Islands because the U.S. got there.
the Samoans or something like that.
Samoa.
Samoa.
Samoa, yes, not Samoans.
that's
That's
where all
the-
those wrestlers come from.
That Samoans are the money in the oh booger. Now I've had a brain for it. Popeye cartoons. Yes, thank you. Unbrain for it.
He would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Yes, but who's gonna wind up in the grinder?
And how many simoleons are they these days? Everything's going up.
Hey, it might be 3 simoleons for a hamburger today.
No, but they were down there for Yellow Ribbon Day. Know what that is, John?
No.
That's the holiday honoring
guess, but-
Cornel, Endo, and Dawn.
It was it's their welcoming back from deployment,
Yeah. Okay.
and one of them kept saying, "I was," he came up and he was asking me. He kept saying, "Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes." I said, "Hey, wait. I know you're trained that way, but my parents were introduced." And he went, he sort of, like almost stood up to attention, but I'm going, no, I didn't serve. Look who's here.
Hey, babe. Excuse me, Stephanie. Excuse me. I love this lady.
And since Stephanie dropped in, I have space news. Boeing Starliner is on orbit, racing to catch up with the International Space Station.
Excellent.
Unmanned.
Of course, it got that far last time before the computer malfunctions hit. So that's
Well, these things do
well,
happen.
Joe Dog has not programmed the computer this time, so maybe
And it was
this
sort
time.
of,
This
sort of
time.
neat, Stephanie. I didn't realize it, but ULA's mission control is in Decatur,
Cool.
just up the street.
Jeez.
Yeah,
up the
just
street from.
practically I can chunk a rock and hit them. Y'all bear with me tonight.
I could hit a deer at that distance. I mean, seriously.
And I learned something.
Or at least a car on the highway that was in front of the deer.
And I learned something about SpaceX today. About they actually do have contractors. They don't build everything themselves. They do have a contractor.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. That's kind of the way the whole thing operates. You've got contractors that are expert in certain aspects of the of the program, and you, rather than trying to hire on your own people or train your own people, you just hire the contractor that already has the expertise and be done.
But the thing is, the contractor, his company is responsible for designing or supplying the parts of the new NASCAR next generation car.
Okay.
Why am I praying that this contractor is John Deere?
No. It's
Runs like a deer.
Somebody that actually knows what they're freaking doing.
well, this guy does because he is their he is NASCAR's #1 engine builder.
Bob?
Bob.
Robert,
Jim Bob. Jim Bob.
no, Doug. Robert was his
Doug.
dad.
Oh,
I'm being silly.
well, I was being facetious too, but we were very, very close with our facetiousness.
Yes.
And the thing it's a manifold for the Raptor engine is what he builds.
Mm-hmm.
He says, and I have to supply SpaceX with 4 to 5 of these a day.
Oof.
And
Well,
it's
Now we know what they use on their lawnmower equipment.
Well, that's going to change NASCAR if those things take off that fast.
yeah.
Put a Briggs and Stratton engine on there. It'll be just fine.
I
Oh.
think this is a little bit better than Briggs and Stratton.
There ain't nothing better than Briggs and Stratton. Now, come on.
Predators. Predators, you get them at Harbor Freight.
Never heard of them.
If I got a Predator at Harbor Freight, I'm going to run out of ammunition before I get home.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that a major supplier for NASCAR is also building the manifolds for the Raptor engine.
Well, when you know how to do what you do,
I don't know why
Yeah.
that would surprise you much. I mean, high quality precision.
Yeah. Performance
And-
engine.
and-
Performance engine.
race car engines, on the track or in space.
But it just sort of blew my mind that he had a daily quota of supplying.
That says that they've got a schedule that they're working towards, a launch schedule that they're working towards.
Mhm.
Manifest.
Assembly line. Yeah,
Yep.
they're planning on building 1 engine a day for the next 10 years.
I don't see any problem with that.
That's doable.
Really, that's kind of relaxicon there.
No, it's not
Consider-
Relaxicon, but
Considering how complex engines are, if you can do 1 a day, Lord, you're good.
Who's paying for it? Bezos?
No.
oh, that's SpaceX is
Elon.
Oh,
Musk.
Elon.
Really?
Mm.
Bezos never pays for anything.
The other millionaire.
Yeah, and Stephanie, this will get you. Have you seen the guy that posted if Elon bought Twitter for 44 billion, he could give everybody on the planet $8 billion? I'm going, no, that math don't work.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really kind
Now
of
we know why he's
screwy
not a
math
millionaire.
right there.
So somebody cannot math. Yes.
No.
Hmm.
Maybe $8.
He's been
Hey,
kind of balking about buying
If
Twitter
Elon
anyway.
wants to give me $8, I'll put it in
I'll
the
take
checking account.
Hey.
Oh, really? I'd rather have $8 worth of shares in his companies.
Yeah. Well, I had some lady walk up to me at Walmart one day and she says, I don't know why, but the Lord just put it in my heart to give you this money, and handed me a $20 bill. And I said, thank you.
Yep.
What, Dan?
Knowing you, Joe.
He was waiting for the punchline.
No, that was the punchline.
No, seriously. Of course, I walked outside and saw a homeless guy asleep by the door, so I just gave it to him.
There you go. That's the Joe Dog I know and love.
Mhm.
And, of course, unless he's lying.
Oh, I got to ask Donna how long. Donna, Carl. There's Carl and Donna.
Oh, hey.
They've been here for a little bit.
Oh,
Brian went to sleep in the middle of the show.
oh,
I've got a copyright on that. Damn it! He owes me $50,000.
But I just got to know how long did it take Donna and Carl to open that pack from Amazon addressed to their cat?
They should have just let Calvin open it.
What have I missed?
Remember last week I said I'm sending Carl a surprise?
Yeah.
He sent it to the cat.
I sent it to the cat. I bought a bunch of cat toys for their cat.
Oh, okay.
And addressed it to the cat.
This is called punking in civilized societies, but I don't know what we'll call it here.
And he said he opened the top and he pointed the top at Donna when he opened it.
Pointed it. Oh my God. Oh, Joe Dog, you did not include the spring mounted. Yes,
No.
you did. Yes,
No, I ordered
you
it.
did.
I ordered it from Amazon. They packed it.
You included the spring mounted mousetrap, didn't you? Oh,
Oh, that's nothing. I even addressed a little note to the cat for them to read to the cat.
And so what did
you're
it say?
going to freak when the cat reads it back, and the cat actually is the one that reads it.
It says, Calvin, be sure to let Mommy and Daddy let you play with all these toys at the same time. Uncle Joe Dog.
Now, my question is, are they nice, noisy toys that would wake Carl and Donna up in the middle of the night?
Well, Carl right there says Calvin loves the little ball with the bell in it.
A dingle ball.
Dingo Bell.
Shut up, Dan. Dan, just keep.
Don't go there. That's what they're called. Don't go there. That's what they're called. No. Bad Dan. Don't go there.
And there's what it says.
I will get you for this, Joe Dog.
Me? Definitely was the one that said it. I know better than let my cat play with the dingle balls.
I ain't touching that line neither.
Oh, leg cramp.
Oh, I know.
Oh shit! You're just describing my last 3 mornings of life.
Hang on a minute, guys.
At 6 a.m. I'm sorry, Steph, but I know exactly what is happening right now, and
eat more bananas.
It hurts.
Bananas actually help with cramps.
Carl was asking how many beers have you had already, Dan? Not that many, but he was chugging on a glass of alcohol.
Sprite Refresco.
Oh, Donna says they're holding back the catnip mouse back, though. You don't want Calvin on catnip. Yeah, you do.
Let me answer that question. I woke up at 7. I've been awake since then. How many do you think I've had? I've got to go to work tomorrow, too. Hey, you want to go in my place? Just drive to Georgia. No, you're not going to do that because, that'd be a 15-hour trip. But
Dan, I'll come down and do your job.
No, thank you, Joe. But I will do my own job.
Joe, if you show up and try to do his job, they'll never fire him. They'll never let him retire.
That's the point.
No, we've seen how bad it could be. You're not going anywhere.
They'll never figure out what the JoJo did. Uh, and the computer is like 6 different layers of continuity there, recording everything. I do have. That was surprising.
Read Donna's comment.
Donna,
Yeah,
did you get the real catnip grass that you grow yourself? That stuff's really interesting.
I'm sorry, but I have not touched catnip in about 15 years. But I am ashamed. But
My little sister grows it for her cats.
I
Sits in a
tried.
windowsill.
I still do not
I
have
could
green
probably
thumb.
get raided by the DEA if I grew catnip.
Oh,
At least she's
Or
not growing the tropical tomatoes anymore.
my sister did get raided for growing ginseng by the DEA that thought it was
Very illegal.
well, they thought it was actual drugs instead of ginseng, and her
Well, I
horse
bet
had to
they
be
were
put.
embarrassed.
Her horse had to be put to sleep, and the lawsuit against the Georgia Bureau of Investigation was dismissed because they're cops; they can do no wrong. Although they were directly involved in the death of a horse.
I'm not sure I
Innocent
even want
critter.
to know at this point. It's going to make me mad.
No, get mad. It makes me mad. Um, my sister pretty much said, "Y'all get on my property again, and there will be machine guns involved in meeting your helicopters." Knowing my sister, who is, well, let me say, She-Hulk could learn lessons about ripping people in half if they annoy them. My sister is not one of those people that you cross lightly or at any close distance if you want to live. Um, let's just say nobody has ever invaded their property again.
Carl says he
Yes.
thinks ginseng could be also be labeled illegal if you don't have the license. They want their
Yeah,
tax money.
Yep,
it
yep,
is. You can't
yeah, but
recreationally grow it here.
yeah, but this is Georgia where it is considered a weed.
You can go to Indiana and hunt it, and you have to be very careful where you go because those people will shoot you and
You can
bury
go to
your body
Indiana
somewhere.
and hunt it.
Yeah,
I will
well,
stay right here
And dig
in
it up out of the
Georgia.
backyard.
ginseng is some big money,
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Well,
if they've got
especially
ginseng
when
and a
they
wood
sell it to
chipper,
the Chinese.
if they've got ginseng and a wood chipper, stay off their property.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They ain't playing around.
Or deep well.
wood chipper, we got a backhoe and, well, let's see, a
Mulch.
fourth generation hay baler. Don't come here unless you're invited. That's all I got to say. Don't come here. Mama
Dan,
will not be happy.
I can literally say that I have human remains in my rose garden. When Barry's mother died, they cremated her, and he took her ashes and spread them out in his rose garden. So, so yeah, that's. Oh,
Going down a
Vangelis.
dark road here.
Vangelis.
Vangelis, yes, just passed away.
Yes, the musician.
Oh
Yeah, 74 years
Yes.
old. 74 years old, passed away 2 days ago.
He
They
did.
announced
He
it.
did. He did the theme for Cosmos.
And
He also did
Chariots of
Chariots of
Fire.
Fire.
Yes.
Blade
and
Runner.
Blade Runner.
A whole bunch.
And
1492, the Conquest of Paradise, whatever.
what was this? Some silly little soap opera called Miami Vice.
No.
That was John
Yeah.
Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jan
okay.
Hammer. John Hammer.
Excuse me. I said corrected. They did sound a lot alike.
Well, they both played synthesizer. You know,
That ain't easy to do, let me tell you.
Today is also the birthday of Dusty Hill, I believe is from
Oh.
ZZ Top, the
So
one
ZZ
From
Top?
we
ZZ Top, yep.
recently
the one that we
lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lost him last year.
Yep.
Our 107.9 classic rock station's been playing ZZ Top songs all day, and actually a lot of early stuff from like 71, 72, which is wonderful. Much as I love their 80s and the Eliminator album and all that, some of the early stuff is just out of this world.
Diguello.
Well,
Best album they ever put out.
all of their stuff was pretty much out of this world, but he was the foundation of the rhythm section. Excuse me. Sorry. For many decades, and he will be greatly missed. I mean, seriously. It's been a while. Yes, it's an anniversary of his death, but all of us ZZ Top fans have yet to recover from it. Let me tell you.
Well, do you know where Billy Gibbons gets that sound from? His guitar sound?
Actually, I do, but I'm under
You're drunk?
I'm under a non-disclosure agreement to reveal what the exact settings on what the exact equipment is. Although I do know,
He uses He uses a Mexican peso coin as his guitar pick.
Yep.
I don't think it's quite that simple.
That's what he claims.
That's how he says he
It
gets
seldom
that
is.
that smooth guitar sound.
Donna, I am jealous. I had one, and then when I got on here, he jumped down because I guess he could hear all the people's talking.
That's people talking. I'm out of here.
That's people talking. She's ignoring me. I will go sulk.
Yes.
Well,
Actually,
That's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. He stuck with me though for a goodly while tonight. I sold my husband's car earlier tonight, and it was kind of an emotional thing. So he climbed up in my lap and he cuddled with me until I settled down. When I got on here, he hopped down and went on about his business.
He said, "That's all you get. I'm out of here."
Get the car sold though.
I did get the car sold.
Good.
Yes.
That's moving forward.
Yes.
Well,
And then
On
I went
another-
out before I came on here. I went out and moved my car around into the main part of the driveway where I had his parked. So
good.
moving right along. Da-da-dum.
Well,
Well,
to continue
do
the
it.
somber note, today is
Do we have to
as you can-
continue somber?
okay, sober. Oh no, wait a minute. We can't do that here. I forgot who I'm
Well,
with.
sure, Dan. It's too
Really,
late for Dan.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You can't do sober if I'm here.
Well, those who
Okay,
realize
somber.
I'm
Your
with
expression
it.
is priceless.
I'm wearing my back the blue cap, and this is my
Yes.
Oberheim T-shirt. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the death of Officer Chris Overheim. Carl and Donna know who I'm talking about, and Sarah does as well. For those of you who do not, I did post a video of in the Stupid O'Clock group earlier, but Officer Oberheim and Officer Creel from the Champaign Police Department a year ago today was responding to a domestic dispute. The woman that they were trying to respond to, her boyfriend was out in the parking lot in Champaign at this apartment complex where they have a lot of issues that come up like this frequently, and most often usually during the summer. Long story short, they approached the vehicle that he was in. They repeatedly ordered him to put his arms out the window, get out of the vehicle. Officer Creel was coming around the one side of the vehicle while Officer Oberheim was walking up to the other. He put his arms out of the window. They thought everything is safe now. They approached it. He put his arms back in the vehicle, produced a weapon, shot both police officers, Officer Oberheim fatally. This was all caught on body camera, and this was all amidst Black Lives Matters, defunding the police, the holding rallies, just previous weeks in Champaign in front of the Champaign County Police Department and the Champaign County Courthouse. And it kind of turned the tables on some things. And the Oberheim family, he left his wife and 4 daughters and grandchildren as well. They started a 703 project, which was his badge number. And it's to help out the families of other fallen officers, financially, mentally, just to be there for them in any and every capacity that they can. So they took a very bad situation and made something very good out of it. And this is the 1-year anniversary. So for those of you who are friends of mine, that's the reason why I temporarily changed my profile picture and cover picture on that, just for that, just so that people don't forget here in East Central Illinois. But and that's all I really have to say about it.
All right. Well, I got good HallowCon news.
Oh,
Head count is up 7 where it was in June of last year.
excellent.
I did pay my table fee
Yes.
today.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even count those in my head count.
Oops.
So Lindsay and I will be there. Make that what you will. And in the meantime, Liberty gone.
Yep.
Less than 5 weeks away.
Y'all are gonna have to. Everybody's gonna have to keep me occupied on the Saturday of LibertyCon.
Oh, we will.
That's that would have been our 39th anniversary.
Nobody.
I have a can of mace available. We can make use of it.
Usually, every time about this year, I get several departments at LibertyCon saying, "Hey, you want to come run? You want to come sit in gaming? You want to come sit in, security or whatever?" Nobody's contacted me this year.
What?
Do you have a badge?
No.
Then they ain't calling you.
Look, message Brandy and say, "Look, I'm working security. If you want me to or not, I don't care. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to have a badge if I have to make it myself."
Darn it! That means I have to buy another printer cartridge. Might as well buy the badge.
John, I'll lend you my Dick Tracy badge.
It would probably be
Printer cartridge is
At the
cheaper. Yeah.
watch.
Okay, Joe, do you know who June is from? She used to work at the Reed House. Now she's working over at the Clarion.
I'm not sure that I'm familiar
or
with it.
DoubleTree.
That might be.
Is it now double?
Yeah, the DoubleTree. Excuse me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. Black
yeah,
lady works hospitality, always
Yeah.
comes in and cleans up all the rooms where convention space is and everything like that.
Yeah.
There was a joke that she doesn't actually work for the Choo Choo or DoubleTree, that she's just found one of those uniforms and puts it on just to get into the con for free.
More power to her.
Yep.
I will tip this lady if I see her.
Because what's funny is Chattacon, which was at the Choo Choo for forever, when the Choo Choo quit taking conventions, moved to the Clarion. Well, she used to work in the convention space at the Choo Choo when they closed it all down.
Well, she moved to.
She
We
went-
moved.
She
We
went to
moved to
DoubleTree.
We moved to the Reed House. She was at the Reed House too.
She's
You may
following
have a good.
conventions.
You may
How
have a
about-
theory, John.
I may have a theory going that she's basically got one of these concierge. She's cosplaying a hotel employee and just changing the badges so she can get in the convention for free.
Well, if
And
the
all she's
Reed
got to
House
do is
is-
carry around a couple trash bags and a thing of water. I mean, it's she's got a
Yeah.
pitcher of water and some trash bags, and she can go anywhere she wants to.
if the Reed House is involved, there are hauntings in the history.
Point.
Hell, I've still got keys to most of the doors at the Reed House.
I'm sure they've changed the locks by now.
They changed a lot of the upstairs stuff to the electronic, card key things. But it's a 100-something-year-old building. They can't put card keys on some of those doors because you have to open them with a hammer.
Confined space entry.
When they
I know
built
all about those.
when they built the Reed House, okay, the entire building was wired 220 volt.
That's okay. Okay.
And then shortly after, the United States went to 110.
110.
Right. So they had to go
And-
back and rewire the whole place back down to 110.
Why was it wired to 220? I
Because
don't
everybody was
understand
going,
that.
back then, everybody was going.
Fireworks.
No,
That's-
just
You,
if you go
you-
to if you go to
you
if you
plug
go to
in your Mr. Copy and the room blows up. That's just entertainment.
well, no, back then electricity was a new thing,
And it's European standard.
and European standard everything. If you go to Britain, everything's 220.
European
You go to
standard
Germany, Russia,
is 230.
any of those countries, it's all 220. We're the weird country with the 110 chip.
Yeah.
230.
Australia, even a lot of South America is 220.
Yeah.
Mexico and Canada are the only other 110s.
I would have to look it up to tell you why. I don't know why. So, but it had something.
Because we're
I think it had something-
weird. That's
I'd be
why.
willing to bet it had something to do with Thomas Edison.
No, well,
Stephen
somebody
Edison
was somebody was making money off of it, so that's
Thomas
what
Edison.
that was.
Too many people were getting killed on the 220 because they didn't respect it. The American attitude of, I can do this.
Well, no, you can't quite at that, but maybe if you put these little cardboard inserts in, you
I'm curious as to
could
why.
perhaps
Go ahead.
maintain some of this at the reduced
It's
voltage.
amazing where the conversations go in this show. It really is.
Yeah, well, we are actually giving the Larry Niven mailing list group
World standards.
a run for the money when the term topic drift comes up. Used to be, if you
Well,
looked on Wikipedia, that was the entry. Larry Niven mailing list, topic drift, they have the copyright. Now, we are really giving them a run for their money for topic drift, let me
and
tell you.
before it drifts too far, I just wanted to note what Sarah said about
Um,
Champagne. 3 officers were killed over the years, and she is right on that. That was officers Tatman and Dodsworth were the other ones besides Oberheim. But I just wanted to acknowledge what she said on that. Now, back to
yeah,
wiring up the house for ginseng and what was the rest of
no,
the conversation about?
it wasn't
Oh, cats.
ginseng.
That's right. All about cats.
It was bathtub gin, basically. Yeah, we'll get there. If not in this broadcast, then another broadcast. Let me promise you that we will take that step to the left and then to jump to the right.
Mm. Dan,
And
I
Carl
think,
and Don. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dan, I think the flame is lit.
The eternal flame.
Not here. My brandy is still quite liquid and not flammable. The ashtray is needing to be emptied, but it's not overflowing. Um,
I think the Daniel candle is lit.
hmm.
Carl and
Sir, you
Donna, roll up your
interest me
windows in your cars.
strangely. Stephanie gets the jokes. That's all that's important. I swear. Ah,
Oh, good. Calvin got another Uncle Joe toy.
You
oh Lord.
should have just sprayed the whole inside of the. Well, of course, it was coming from Amazon and not from you. I was going to say spray the whole inside of the box with catnip spray and just let Calvin go nuts on it.
Cats in boxes. So.
Yeah.
Let's just say that catnip spray is quite a bit inferior to the real deal. The herbal catnip is one of those things that you don't lightly administer to your cats, no matter how many dozens of years old they are.
We
Um,
we plant it here at the house for butterflies. We plant catnip in the yard, and butterflies and bees love the thing. But I brought home a cat, stray cat, one time. He ran over there and found that big patch of catnip, like 20 foot long, 3 foot wide patch of catnip along one of the fences. And you could see him poke his head up every once in a while, like, "Is this shit legal?" You know?
you got any papers, man? Yeah.
Jenny would just pull the catnip grass
You'd see him
out
laying
of
up
the
underneath them bushes,
container
like,
and put it on the
"Hey."
floor. Yeah, that's how they act. They get in there and they start kind of chewing on it and sniffing it, and then they'll lick it, and then next thing you know, they're like, Cheech and Chong.
We gave our cat, the big gray cat, catnip the other day. The dogs were freaking out because they saw me open the bag and have the stuff, and I was, what letting them get it. And I ended up finally just here, sniff. Daisy, our big, uh, oh, blue tick and beagle, stuck her whole nose down in there, left sneezing and like, ugh.
But the cat loved them. Followed that dog around sniffing its nose for like an hour.
And the dog was looking, I mean, she was rubbing her nose and sneezing. It's just like, oh, God, what is this nasty? And the cat's over there like, dude, that's mine.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Yes.
All right, let's get away from catnip for a moment because I want to throw this out here before we get too far down the road. Are you familiar with this thing the Russians built? It was by an Italian inventor called a Ukrainoplan. I'm sure Stephanie knows.
Oh, yes. I know that.
It's got a nickname of the Ukrainoplan. And some people call it the Caspian Sea Monster.
It's a cross between one of the versions of the things that use
it's a ground effect. It's a ground effect.
It's ground effect. Thank you, John. Thank you.
It's part airplane, part hovercraft. It's kind of like a seaplane and a hovercraft. And the one the Russians built, they built two different versions. But
and they built
is jet powered.
Really, really big ones.
Yeah, it's a missile carrier. It's a missile cruiser. And they built
it's the size of a battleship.
It's huge, and they specifically built it for attacking aircraft carrier groups because it comes in so low, it's hard to pick up on radar until it gets really close, and it's moving 250, 300 miles an hour across the water.
Yep. The wings are providing a little bit of lift, but it is basically an aircraft carrier that has all the benefits of a hovercraft, but none of the drawbacks.
Anyway, the Russians built a couple of them, and they never really used it. Then they scrapped half of them, and then the other half are in museums.
I do have pictures, yeah.
Anyway, DARPA is looking at building one for the U.S. Navy as a resupply vessel because they're big, huge, and carry lots of cargo. So this thing's going to be like the size of a C-17 transport. With hang on a minute. Let me throw the picture up here.
I think it was more the size of a C-47, but
is this thing a drone?
No, it is piloted.
I don't think they said drone. So.
Okay.
Oh, darn it!
It is piloted, but it is huge, and it flies really, really close to the water. And the lift from the wings on the water gives it incredible maneuverability. It's a really neat piece of machinery, let me tell you. Okay, John, what you got there? Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Oh, those things. Yes. Okay.
That's a big one.
Is that the DARPA plan, or?
That's the DARPA one.
They did make little ones in Russia that are,
there's a teeny tiny one there.
5 football fields wide.
There it is. Hang on a minute.
Oh, that was the
That's the big one the Russians had. And there's 6 anti-ship missiles mounted on the back of it.
And it is, shall we say, hauling freight.
That's almost more of a hovercraft than it is an airplane.
That
it
thing
is a ground effect
move.
There you go. That's launching a missile. There it goes.
That's a jet ski.
Yeah.
But there it is. You can see it just above the water there. Well, there
Those
it is.
things are really, really impressive. They've got a very good turner speed. They have a lot of maneuverability, and they are really hard to pinpoint on sea level radar or air level radar because they're right in that little um, sea level the interface between the two. So they're basically flying. It's a hoverboard. It's basically flying above the interface between the air and the water, and it's if they do it right, it's got enough power to do what they want it to do and haul what they want to haul. And it could be a truly frightening aircraft, but it's Russian, so they half-ass the entire thing.
Hey, John, I want to watch Johnny or Val Kilmer in Tombstone next. I've seen it up there.
I was reading something today, and that's where that was from. Was talking about how they tried to make it as historically accurate as possible, but they had a few hurdles to overcome. But a lot of
Like
Val Kilmer's
history.
well, a lot of Val Kilmer's lines were taken from newspaper accounts of what he said.
Mm.
So,
Oh fuck.
well, newspaper accounts at the time. So whether or not he actually said them, we don't know. But they tried to, like I said, they tried to make it historically as correct. Robert Mitchum.
I think we can without a doubt say no, he didn't actually say that, but it was a really good idea at the time when the writers came up with it.
Robert Mitchum, who was old and had a cancer problem at the time, was supposed to be in Tombstone. He was supposed to play Old Man Clanton. They hired him.
Wow.
Yeah, they hired him. They
Oh,
sent him the
Ike.
money. No, not Ike. Old Man. His dad. Ike
Okay.
and Billy's dad.
Yep.
And he was actually the guy that kind of started the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they hired Robert Mitchum to play him. They paid him and everything, but he wound up getting cancer real bad. Couldn't leave his house. And they found out about it. He apologized. He says, "Listen, I'll send back the money and everything." And they said, "No." He says, "Keep the money." He says, "Tell you what, we're gonna." They went to his house, set up a recording studio in his house, and had him do the narration for Tombstone, which is really cool of the people that were doing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, "Listen, we gave you the money. You're going to work for it, damn it."
No. You gave you the money and we'd be
and the
kind of
sad
thought bitter of for trying to take it back away from you. No. We'll find a way for you to do the work.
yes, Carl, it was pretty much abandoned for a long time. They didn't know what to do with it, and eventually they got rid of it because they needed dock space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, the Russian
but they finally
planes
they drug it up on
were.
shore, and it's going to a museum. So,
John, are you halfway between transporting?
beg your pardon?
Are you halfway between transporting?
Transporting what? Oh, me?
You're sparkling.
He's regenerating.
Are you a sparkly vampire?
No, but I'm
No,
wearing black.
he is
I haven't.
definitely not a
Let me see
sparkly
if I. Wait a
vampire.
minute. Let me see. That's my
Here
new
you go.
underarm deodorant.
As David Tennant had said when Matt
called
Smith was
Chernobyl.
about to come.
Yeah, it's called Chernobyl
But-
Musk. Yeah, it's.
I don't want to leave yet.
Unfortunately,
Hang on a minute. Let's see if I can.
John is using the budget version of the.
Ah! Okay, for those of you in the viewing audience playing the home game, I'm playing with the fader on the green screen adjustment, and that fades out my green screen completely. And that's actually what my green screen looks like. Okay, and then
It's freaking gray.
well, no, it's actually
Gray
green, but
screen.
I got red light on it. So
Yes, I know it's
There's fog.
children. I know it's green.
Oh, Cheshire Cat going there.
find me some teenagers with attitude. Okay, that's
Find you some teenagers with a libido, and you'll be able to do a
John's
horror movie.
impersonating his favorite group,
Not the
Talking
green
Heads.
room, Dan.
What?
not the green room.
I did edit it to something. Well, if not objectionable, then palatable.
You gotta love green screen. We need. I wonder if she still works for StreamYard.
Oh Jesus!
Who? Kelsey?
Is that who we had on the show that we showed
Yeah.
her the green screen thing, and she was like,
Yeah, she is now the
they got
director
bought
of
out.
marketing. She's director of marketing.
Oh, because they got bought out by somebody.
Hoppin.
Huh?
Hoppin.
Oh, yeah, them got bought out, and so since then.
Everybody's still there. I think Hoppin just bought their mailing list.
Okay.
Yeah, I've still got radioactive underarm deodorant there. So
Cadmium, the roll-on.
Oh,
did you take anything from Chernobyl, comrade? Just some underarm deodorant.
Really?
Mexican.
Talking to me, but that happens.
Oh, Mexican
Thank you, little Bob.
pizzas. Mexican pizzas are back at Taco Bell. I found out two's all I can eat.
I've never even had one.
Yeah,
we used to do that at
the
Papa
question
John's.
is,
I think it was Papa.
what is the difference between how many you can eat and how many you should be allowed?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Godfather's Pizza. We used to have a Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
And their crust was pretty good on it. Let me tell you that.
Let me introduce you to my little friend.
It was we put instead of pizza sauce, we used taco sauce. So, and then it was ground beef and the cheeses and stuff, and you ran it through the oven. And then when it came out of the oven, you put the lettuce and the tomato on top.
Oh dear.
Had two different cheeses. Had mozzarella and cheddar, sharp cheddar, and onions. I think. Always got mine with onions.
Okay, we're only 1 hour in. Okay, good enough.
Uh-oh.
All right, people. Let me tell you, there will be a last man standing tonight, but I will have to close it.
He may have a show, but I don't think he'll be standing.
I'll be sitting anyway. We'll have to close it really quickly about 1 o'clock because I do have one day of work tomorrow, and I have to get up 30 minutes early because the cats have to be fed. And
you may want to clip it about midnight then.
It won't start till then.
No, it starts at 11.
Yeah, you're thinking about the weekend, Dan.
This is
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay. Well, no, Saturday. I ain't gonna be here. I don't care what you say. I'll be here for stupid o'clock. I won't be here for last man standing because I gotta go pick up Lindsay from her airport shuttle from Atlanta after her week of spending time with her children and grandchildren out in New Mexico. And if anybody objects, I have a short list of things that you can go and eat or shove up your nose. Whatever. And I do not care about public opinion. But tonight, yes, yes. I do not care about public opinion. But tonight, Echo.
John?
Sorry. I was looking at you on a different YouTube or something. No, I was checking the YouTubes.
Dan, do your Lou Gehrig impersonation now. That would work pretty good.
I don't know about Lou Gehrig, but I'm really fond of, shall we say, David. Oh, let's just forget the rest of the name. That's not kosher anymore. So,
I was watching a video today when you said Lou Gehrig. Crazy moments in baseball,
yeah.
and pitcher threw an inside pitch and got real close, and the umpire just went, "That's it, out." And of course, managers come out. What the? The manager from the other side comes out, and before all was said and done, two pitchers, the catcher, both managers, and third base coach got ejected from the game.
Whoa.
The manager from the other team saying, "Don't throw him out. Don't throw him out." Of course, he didn't want him to throw him out. They done smacked 4 home runs off of him that game. Yeah, the manager of the other team got thrown out. The umpire was so pissed.
They have weird stuff in baseball.
I'm not going to say anything about who's on first, but I do recommend that people watch Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and
What's on
that's
second?
about it.
Well, if you like Who's on First, you've got to watch Jeff Dunham and Peanut. What's the password?
Password.
The password was I don't know.
No, the password is password. That's always the password. It's password.
What's the password? What's the password to the bus? I don't know. Okay, well, what's the password to the bus? You got to guess it.
You're going to make me find that and put it on Stupid O'Clock, aren't you?
If you would, please.
You have to buy a drink. The password is you have to buy a drink, all small caps. Now this is actually in one of the bars on the canals in England. The password is you got to buy a drink, all small caps. So, and people get really annoyed, but eventually they get the joke, and they also get to drink Guinness on tap. So, ho!
Excuse me.
Like I've got anything to follow that with.
This moment of silence is brought to you by Password Plus.
Yes. When you think you have the unassailable password, and we show you it's not, you will give us $10,000 And then we will give you with the real unassailable password, which is swordfish.
I think a lot of people are going with the easier passwords because they figure that nobody's going to start with those. But if you're using a computer, it's going to do it regardless.
Well,
Some computer generated thing to try to break it.
a lot of people nowadays are just using cell phones rather than computers because nowadays a cell phone is a fairly good computer. Not the most
And
outrageously
it's a lot easier to throw
great
out the window
one,
when you
but
get tired of it.
yeah, really flush it down the toilet. Yeah, that has happened, and believe me, there was a lot of plunger action going on, and maybe even some what is the toilet snake? Crunch, crunch, crunch. Um, yes, I have owned a house for over 20 years. I know what a toilet snake is. Please, just relax, relax.
And
Your
that's
life
why
is
Dan
your
doesn't
own.
sit on the toilet anymore for fear of the toilet snake.
No, actually, the toilet snake goes the other way. It's no problem to sit on the darn thing.
Hey, I've
You
seen those videos, Dan. I know they exist.
That doesn't mean they're real.
Just for everybody to scan real quick.
That's HallowCon.
Yep.
You should have that down at the bottom
Yeah, you know where you used to put the
of
clock
the
over Dan's
screen.
face?
I can just log off and go away, but that would please you.
No,
So
no. See,
fuck off.
okay, there, the clock over Dan's face. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, do it again. That's what I'm talking about over there. Okay. See. And Joe, just for the record, that used to annoy the hell out of me.
What?
If I were over here like this and you put that up there, I kept wanting to do this.
It's only a graphic. Who cares?
Okay, John, put it over mine and I'll show you what I'll do.
Oh, Bucker.
Ooh, good job, Joe.
There we go.
I don't know if it'll work, but there it is.
Anybody got a smartphone handy? I know Bill does. Bill, scan your face.
Yeah. Bill's on a smartphone. The rest of us are using really stupid phones. But,
Let's see here. Will it do it? No.
Nope. I'm sorry. When I click on it, it plays Led Zeppelin's greatest hits.
Yep, mine worked.
When I click on it,
Did it? Okay,
Rick
mine
Astley,
didn't,
Never Gonna
but
Let You
that
Down.
could be my phone.
Did it take you to the HallowCon website?
Yep.
Bless you, son.
Guess what we got to do more often?
What?
Put that on here.
Yep.
Take cough medicine, right? Basically.
Now, if you just put it down the bottom.
Well, this is a pro channel, so Joe can move things like that all over the place. It's not like the free version where you have StreamYard up there in the left-hand corner all the time.
They all scanned it and said it worked. Awesome.
It's all right if you are not willing or are not able to invest in getting a StreamYard account, a pay account like Joe Dog has done. You have to put up with the ordinary bells and whistles, whereas when you go ahead and pay for the StreamYard account, you get the extraordinary bells and whistles
I'll be back in just a minute, guys.
What?
What? Dan? your
I'll
turn.
be back in just a minute.
Okay, I'm glad he translated that from the Joe Dog because English did not make any fucking sense whatsoever.
So, yesterday, I found a fledgling blue jay in my yard. And I ran him from the backyard to the front yard because I didn't want the dogs to get him.
Uh huh.
Today, I found a younger than fledgling. What's it called? The Georgia state bird. I can't remember the name of it.
Brown Thrasher.
Brown thrasher. Thank you. I found a fledgling one of those in my front yard.
Oh, those are tiny things.
And he's a big fluff ball, and he won't open his eyes. He's just sitting there in the yard asleep, like he's in a nest. But his parents are taking care of him, I think. So,
I hope so.
so I'm
Those are teeny tiny things, even when they're full grown.
No, they're about the size of a mockingbird, full grown one.
Yeah, well,
This guy, he's.
Even at full grown, they're smaller than a baseball.
Well, he's a fluff ball and about the size of a baseball. So he's. I don't know if he's okay or not. I know they've got a nest in the yard somewhere, and I thought it was over in this big rose bush next to our garage, but he's on the other end of the house, so I think they're in the tree somewhere. So.
Now, what kind of a bird is it?
Brown thrasher.
Brown thrasher. It's fairly
Georgia State bird.
Yep, fairly easy to look up. Yeah.
Looking it up now. Never heard of it before.
It's a cute little thing.
He peeps at me, or he or she, I'm not sure which one, peeps at me all the time. So.
I think the ones that make the most noise are the she's, but
I could be wrong. That's probably what's peeping at me.
Oh, okay.
They're cute.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen one.
Oh, really?
Not to know it, yeah.
Well,
although Amazon wants to sell me one real bad here, it seems.
They're going to sell you a brown thrasher.
I think it's illegal in the state of Georgia.
I do believe that it violates several conservation laws as well as
those guys. Yeah.
Some morals that we already hold in common.
I like the idea that they have blue eyes sometimes. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. But the speckled breast is one of the things that make them stand out so much against every other normal what you would find in your yard kind of bird. I mean, we have the mockingbirds and blue jays and the what was it I saw today? There were two of them, cardinals, and several other that basically are seasonal. But the thrasher is one of those things that kind of hangs around.
My cardinals stay through winter.
Oh, really? Lucky you.
I think I got 2 mating pairs that hang out in our yard.
Ours kind of disappeared during the winter, but they come back really, really early in the spring.
We got 2 different kinds of woodpeckers, and I'm American, so I can't pronounce the names. But
the brown thrasher was originally described by Carl Linnaeus as Turdus rufus.
Turd birds.
The ones that shit on the house. Yeah. Hey, it's a loose translation. I'm just going from the.
Hey, Michaela.
No, I'm just laughing at the name to begin with. Turdus rufus. It turns out they are related to mockingbirds fairly closely.
Yeah. And as I recall, their song is highly variable and mutates easily. like a mockingbird,
Well,
but not quite to the same extent. Excuse me, extinct. Yeah, like they're velociraptors. Yeah. Well, they are teeny tiny velociraptors, but no. Um, Somebody
uh,
take over from me before I embarrass myself again.
Alter
um,
times charm.
We've got
I have had mockingbird is the Tennessee state bird, which
Yes.
Tennessee is where I'm from. But then
Hmm.
there's a lot of them over here in the Huntsville area over in Alabama.
That is
Um,
why you find an enormous amount of blue irises in my yard.
uh, the the local mockingbirds have taken to mimicking electronica. I've heard them ring like an old fashioned telephone. I've heard them mimic modern day ringtones from cell phones, and I've heard them mimic fire engines.
we have a National
Around
Guard.
here, they just do,
We have a National Guard training range just down the road from me here
Mm-hmm.
in North Georgia, and they go down there and they do all the tank training and stuff like that they need to do. But I came back from Iraq. I was sitting in my bedroom one day, had the window open, and out there on the tree outside my room was a mockingbird. I'm sitting there on the computer just typing away. All of a sudden, I hear,
And you're ducking and looking around.
flamethrowers are going. Yeah.
I thought somebody was messing with me. Okay.
Somebody was, but somebody was a bird.
Okay. And apparently, the
Oh,
birds around here
Lord.
have picked up artillery simulators from. They know how to mimic an artillery simulator from the training area. So
Oh, that's
Hmm.
funny.
I
Yep.
thought it was. I think
Yep.
it is now. Um,
Around
Yeah.
here, there are several varieties of bird who have learned to imitate the sounds of someone playing pool.
Oh, okay.
The whir click of pool balls in play. Unfortunately, they have also learned to imitate the pay up of
Okay.
there's about four other syllables involved in that, but yeah,
the
uh,
Samuel L. Jackson quote.
the Samuel L. Jackson mockingbird. Yes, uh, that's the one that hangs out in pool halls, along with some
Can
smaller.
you can you imagine recording that and sending it to Samuel L. Jackson? You're a bad influence on my mockingbirds.
You you a bad influence on my teenagers, and thank you. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Oh,
I still think the end of uh, the which one was it? The next to the last Avengers movie,
hmm
Oh,
not Endgame, but the
see, there was Infinity War.
Infinity War. That's
Infinity
it.
Infinity
War.
War.
Yep.
At the very
That
end of it, you see Sam Jackson. He's trying to call Miss Marvel with the pager. He's trying to page
Mother.
Miss Marvel, and just as he starts paging, he sees his hand start to disappear. He's like, and about the time he says that, his face disappears. It's
so they kept it PG
Yeah.
barely, but
It's what,
everybody knew, and it was just the
yeah.
whole
And
theater just busted up laughing.
That's what makes it funnier than actually saying it.
Mm-hmm.
That that's like we talked last week about the edited version of Smokey and the Bandit, and where in
mother
the
trucker.
Yeah, scum bum. You know, and it's just the funniest thing in the world.
You and molasses. Okay, that's
Yeah, that it's where the the edited version becomes actually even more funnier.
Can we please give a shout out to Michaela Jade, please, because she's got something going on, and she's going to have some of her books there for sale, and
Yeah,
I
farmers
believe
market.
people ought, yeah, I believe people ought to know. Joe, you got that, or should I do it, or what?
Go ahead.
Ah, okay. Oh, wrong mouse. Ah,
He wasn't ready.
it it's a big disc. It's a great big disc. Believe me, people just really comment on this great big disc. Um, shut up, Joe. Um, oh, now I can't figure out how to do it. Oh,
Oh, y'all were talking about the mockingbirds and all that. Did you know European starlings could talk?
I've heard that. Yes.
No,
yeah,
I did not
but
know
they
that.
speak pidgin English.
But
Sorry, it's automatic. I can't help it. I'm stupid. Okay.
Okay.
Wrong one.
Navy has a ship called the Littoral Combat Ship, which is supposed to be a shallow water ship. They've had a few problems with them trying to get them out of the jet, uh, out of the gate, so to speak. But they've just tested a new weapon on it. It's a ship-launched version of the same missile the Apache gunship fires, the Hellfire missile. It's called Hellfire Longbow.
Hmm.
It's got about twice the range, and it can be vertically launched from a ship, which is really cool for a laser-guided missile.
Well, you point the laser, you launch the thing, it lines up.
he
Well,
got to find it.
but it's got to find it. Which vertical launch? If you're lasering across this direction and you launch here, it's got to find the laser.
It takes a little while. You just have to keep the laser focused.
Somebody go out there and smack it in the right direction. And anyway, which is really cool because it's smaller and cheaper than most of the other anti-ship missiles for taking out smaller boats. They're not going after battleships and aircraft carriers. They're going after small stuff like gunboats and patrol boats and things of that nature. And which is really cool that it's right out of the box. It's working. Of course, it's proven technology, but anyway. I find it interesting that they're talking about getting rid of all these littoral combat ships, but they're still using it as a test platform for missiles. And you'll like this one. They launched it from the USS Montgomery.
Yes, I knew her in high school.
John, I was wanting to ask you.
Should have been the U.S. Montgomery Scott. Then it would have been even better.
Fire torpedoes.
Yeah, I knew her in high school. Let me tell you.
You wanted to ask me?
She was in the marching band.
I heard on the radio. No, not on the radio. On that Newsy channel, 24-hour news network. They were saying that Russia has lost over a third of their army now due to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, though, they've taken over some more territory.
They're losing
and that. Right, yeah.
According to what I have read from reliable sources, Russia has lost over 7/10 of their normal forces.
No, they lost. about a third. They still got 7/10. The only problem is they're so spread out along so many different fronts because they keep pissing off so many damn people.
Well, and that's why I thought a third sounded a little too much.
No, a third's probably accurate.
Yeah.
They had two problems.
They keep wading out into waters that they really don't have boots deep enough to be able to cross. And
they're crossing a flooded road is what they're doing.
And the Ukraine is going, oh, we see you. Bye-bye.
You mean they don't believe in the term "don't drown, turn around"?
It's hard to say you're morally correct when you pissed off 80% of the planet. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that they're threatening Sweden and other countries that are
You know what Sweden said?
currently joining NATO, saying that they're going to go womp on them if they join NATO and that. And I don't think Sweden and them are really too scared about it.
Hey, Finland's like, hey, we're ready for a rematch. Bring it on.
Well,
Really?
they better watch their backs because China is going to decide.
China's being nice to Russia, which just goes to tell
It's really, really suspicious. That's what that
Yes.
is.
And I'm sure they'd love to have a nice big chunk of Siberia up there. So
Yeah, it would be a good addition to Mongolia.
I'm going to wait until everybody's not paying attention to what's really going on. Everybody's looking at Russia and Ukraine, and North Korea takes over Asia.
Well, Russia said they want to take Alaska back from us. I don't think they want that fight.
yeah, don't think so.
Hey, you got to realize half of Alaska's better armed than part of our army.
I live in the Tennessee area. Okay, we all have guns. Okay, we can pretty much kill anything around here.
Lots and lots and lots of guns.
Alaska also has guns, but the stuff they have to kill is like 4 times, 6 times larger than the stuff we have to kill down here in Georgia, Tennessee.
Like polar bears and elks and stuff like that.
We got guns like this big. Alaskans have guns like that big.
Yep. There's an entire fifth of musical.
Our guns go click
range in
click.
there.
In Alaska, guns go clunk clunk.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hey, they hand 22s to 8-year-olds.
Dad, there's a cockroach in the bathroom. Well, here, take 22 with you.
I don't think it's 8-year-olds. I think it's 2-year-olds. Which would put it on a par with East Tennessee, where you get a 30-06 with your driver's license.
Carl's on the last of the bourbon. Donna's asking if he needs to make a store run. He'll have to do it tomorrow, Donna.
Really?
Donna, Carl, we got some bad weather coming up from the south right now, so
better do it now.
You know the joke.
Yeah, it might be here before midnight, but
and don't get caught.
You know the joke about all the airlines were banning firearms on the airlines, except for Delta Airlines. They were actually issuing them at the gate.
Yeah, but they were issuing wimpy little things.
38. Hell, I got a 44 right here.
Really? If I show up with a Desert Eagle, what the hell I need with a 357?
Can you imagine somebody tries to take over Delta Airlines plane? Everybody on the plane goes.
Actually, if you've ever read,
Be like
help me
you're
here.
the captain giving the safety speech.
No. He just passed away. One of the greatest writers who was working in the the libertarian uh, political field that ever was, L. Neil Smith.
Yes.
If you read L. Neil Smith stuff and you realize you show up at the airport and you unload your street legal ammunition, and the airport supplies the required non frangible stuff that it will be able to be fired on an aluminum body airplane without piercing the hull, but not without piercing the bad guys.
I like my idea better. Is they put that entire firewall right behind the cockpit. You know how they got this bulletproof door, so you can't get in the cockpit now. The entire wall right there is built that way. And you hear the pilot get on and do the safety briefing. And if y'all want to shoot a terrorist while they're trying to get in the cockpit, go right ahead. The door and wall is bulletproof. Won't bother us a bit.
And you don't hear anything else for the next 30 minutes but bam, 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 bam.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We
I
can
am
dream.
I am
can't
a
we?
firm believer that there are far too many people in this country that are breathing because it's not legal to shoot them.
Oh, I know. I can name one right now.
I can name plenty, but they're all bureaucrats.
Hey, I'm on medication because this one person's breathing problem. Did Stephanie get that one?
I was looking
Probably.
at the weather. What? Repeat it, please.
I said I'm on medication because of someone's breathing problem. On someone
their-
else's breathing problem.
The problem is they're still breathing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay.
Um,
It's probably one of the reasons why I'm on blood pressure medication.
hmm.
Because some people are
Probably.
still breathing that desperately deserve to have the living choked out of them.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably why I spend so much on ammunition every month.
Oh, did y'all see that picture that Lewis posted the other day? He had
Which one?
I think like a box of 9mm shells and some NyQuil. He said, "Guess which one I had to have the ID for?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, we can tell. Yep.
Back in the day when I was learning to handle weapons, the guy who was training me was actually a retired lieutenant colonel in the MPs, and he was the guy who taught the officers how to shoot their weapons. And he started me in learning to shoot skeet and trap. And whenever I had a bad day at work, he would he'd say, "Okay, who gave you the most trouble today?" And he'd write their name across the clay pigeon. And then he'd say, "Okay, this is so and so." And I go, "Bam!"
boom, shattered.
Invariably, he noticed that the ones that he wrote somebody's name on did get pretty much dusted.
Mm-hmm.
Not just nicked, not just broken apart, dusted.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't write anybody's name down anymore.
Uh,
There's
well,
this whole thing about premeditated that I really just
Oh,
cannot stand.
No, it made me feel so. I was in such a much better mood when I was done, and it was like I got out all of my annoyance and aggression shooting clay pigeons without shooting somebody, So
I had to quit skeet shoot.
No, you didn't. You can still shoot them. You just got to learn not to eat them.
No. I was last time I went, I was awarded a member of the Clay Pigeon Preservation Society.
Joe, you're supposed to shoot them, not let the dog jump up in the air and eat them in mid-flight.
I couldn't. I, I wasted
You
a
couldn't
box
figure
of
out. You couldn't
shells.
figure out how to skin them.
I wasted a box of shells and didn't hit a damn one.
Joe's shot here and broadside of barn over here. Yes,
Yeah.
actually, it's what.
Yeah,
Hey,
and the barn has filed legal proceedings.
hey, hey. That day I couldn't hit the inside of a barn with a handful of chicken seed and the door closed.
Joe has Skeet laughing at him as they fly away.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was first learning to shoot a bow and arrow, I actually did use the broadside of the barn for my target practice. But what I hadn't stopped to realize was that this was a tobacco barn, so it was designed to have
Big
smoke,
slots.
big slots, yes, right between the boards.
You kept hitting the tobacco, not the wood.
Oh,
No, what I didn't realize was that my grandmother kept a car in there.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
Hyundai that ain't gonna get drove again. Um, or basically a Saab, which you
she
did when you found out what it was.
she did shortly thereafter, however, build a garage.
For the car, not the tobacco.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Mm.
Oh, Sarah just nailed it. You have to leave the
Leave the
barn.
barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to lead them. Yeah, well, you don't have to lead it. You don't have to lead it much. It's not moving that fast, but
Hey,
2,
Dad.
maybe 3 miles
Hey,
an hour.
Dad.
What?
Aim at the barn in the middle.
but it keeps moving on them.
It depends on which eye I close. Okay?
Damn barns.
I'm lucky to hit the next county. That's why I use nuclear weapons.
Close counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and far counts in nukes.
Mm. I didn't like that high school class anyway.
It's the only place. The practice grenade range was the only place I couldn't throw a grenade worth a damn.
Yeah, because you didn't think it was actually real. When you thought it was real, you could throw it a long way further.
They definitely do motivate you to throw them a little farther. I will say that
Yeah.
about the live frag grenades.
Mhm.
They definitely
You
have
get
been
an
motivated.
adrenaline pump behind it.
Throw it as far
Well,
as
my
you can.
brother got in trouble.
I threw that thing over all the damn targets. It rolled off the back of the damn grenade range, down a hill, down the road, past the NCO club, and I think I hit the DA.
Off into the next
Anyway.
county on the golf course. Yes, we get the idea.
I had a friend who was in the military telling me about one group that was working on tank target practice, and they were brand new to it, and I never really did quite understand exactly how they managed this, but evidently they had everything bass backwards, about as bass backwards as it could get.
Government. Yep, I
and
can believe
and
it.
So instead of shooting low, they were shooting high. Instead of shooting that way, they were shooting that way. Yeah, they wound up with some really
Depending on the type of weapon system, it's real easy to actually get everything backwards.
really.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Give you an example.
Yep.
Mortars, you fire them backwards.
Swiss boom. I'm missing a Swiss boom.
You adjust one way to get it to go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You adjust that way to get it to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing the barrel up doesn't make the gun go farther. It doesn't make shell go farther. It starts coming closer to you. And dropping the gun doesn't make the shell land closer; it actually puts it farther out. So it's literally it's back asswards from any other gun system.
And suddenly claymores make so much more sense.
Yes, especially when they're labeled this side towards enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
The Army ones say that. The Marine Corps ones say that on one side, and on the back side it says contents not edible.
Yes. I thought it said do not eat.
Same thing.
That's why they're not multicolored, because you'd think they were a box of crayons. John, you have a lot to pay for in the afterlife. Let me tell you that right now.
Nope. Nope. If it's anything like any other convention I've been to, I'll be pulling security at the console.
Somebody going to get you, sucker.
We got north of Evansville, guys. We got some tornado warnings.
We had active tornadoes in southwest Illinois tonight, down by Effingham, and that part of those same line of thunderstorms are what's going to hit my area and Carl and Donna's area and Sarah's. Sarah might skirt out of it, but I'm thinking she's going to get hit too.
Let me look here. We're way down here close to Stephanie, so
yeah. But I'm just saying, anybody
nowhere near what y'all up north are going to get. But,
yeah.
Oh, fuck! Anybody north of Kentucky or Missouri is going to get hammered.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I may get rain all next week.
You may have to build a boat next week, is what I'm saying.
This ground's so dry, when the raindrops hit, you'll see a dust cloud.
Well, we were so
not
wet
for very long.
We were so wet all through the winter and early spring, and then it was like somebody flipped a switch, and the ground is now rock hard and cracked.
Ours is talcum powder. All the grass is turning brown. I just got everything planted.
All the leaves are brown. Oh, sorry.
In my area, Stone Mountain is growing kudzu.
Uh-oh.
Well,
it's edible, you know.
Yeah, if you like Asian flavored bread.
I wonder if they get mad at me if I went down there and planted some ivy right along the side of Stone Mountain.
No. If you tried to pull off the wisteria, they would chase you out of the state at gunpoint, emptying whatever reserves they had. The wisteria is one of the few things in Georgia that is on the same level of ungodly evil that kudzu is.
Oh, I think it's so pretty, though. I mean,
well,
okay, here we go. I just for the hecky darn of it, I did a search on kudzu recipes.
Yeah.
Kudzu banana smoothie. Homemade chewy kudzu tofu.
Supposedly, kudzu has a lot of vitamins in it.
Yeah.
They brought it over here for the cows to eat, and they wouldn't touch it.
Fortunately, the turkeys and goats will.
Not nearly enough.
Turkeys will wipe a kudzu infestation.
Turkeys brought it
in less than 6 weeks. And that we're talking about 50 acres of kudzu infestation.
You must be talking about domesticated, because the wild turkeys, they just use it for nesting around here.
That's exactly right. Yep. The ones that people shoot for Thanksgiving dinner are the ones that get rid of kudzu. So stop shooting turkeys for Thanksgiving, please. We
Hey,
beg you.
we've got a 4 foot tall turkey in our neighborhood.
Are you sure that's not an alpaca in a disguise?
It's a freaking turkey. Because you see the whole mess of them. It's the Tom of the bunch. And there's a guy up around the corner who'll sit out in his driveway in his chair and just hold his hand out, and the turkeys come up and peck out of his hand.
Please do sometime look up a bird named cassowary.
Yeah.
Those are, let me just say, rather aggressive critters.
I thought they were extinct. No, they're not.
No, they're not. They are wild in New Mexico. They are um, 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 grown in several other states. They will quite possibly um, be the most dangerous invasive species in North America. They
The
they will they will kill anything smaller than them if they're in the mood to, and anything smaller than them includes people.
Yeah, I'm seeing multiple articles saying why cassowaries are the most dangerous bird on the planet, and it turns out that their claws are something ridiculous, and people have them for pets, and they just kind of don't survive it.
Go psycho. Yeah.
Well, the birds
They
do.
they are basically uh,
Dinosaurs.
veloc-
Yeah.
velociraptors with a big fluffy feather coat.
Yeah, they're flightless, 200 pounds, 6 feet tall, and
with
yeah,
with the
they
with
are
with the
living
with the
dinosaurs.
claw. Hmm.
Yeah,
They are some dangerous little animals, and my wife is out there in New Mexico where they are grown for meat. So
well, they
um,
can run 30 miles an hour and jump up to 5 feet.
about a little bit less than me, but it depends on whether or not I'm terrified. Um, I have been known to do 70 miles an hour, but I did have a Chevrolet at the time. Um, I would not want to try and outrun one of these birds, but we have seen them out in New Mexico in the wild with a herd of the local deer and some cows and whatnot, and
Sorry, that
and the
was
bird
stuck up on me.
Bless you.
the bird's just standing there going, "Get near me, I'll kill you." But otherwise, I'm going to eat this grass. You know, if you don't actually interfere with this food chain, it might leave you alone. If you're out there trying to play cowboy, it will definitely hunt you as if it were a velociraptor because that's its nearest um, relative. One of
Good
the big
grief.
ones, not one of the tiny ones like a chicken, but one of the big ones. 7 feet tall. This thing is impressive.
I just dropped a couple of photos
Well,
in
pick them
the
up.
messenger in the messenger chat
Mm.
for
Hmm.
the feet on these birds. That central talon can be where did I find that? 4 to 5 inches long.
Yep. the claw itself can be 30 to 45 centimeters.
Yeah, no. That's a freaking dinosaur foot.
Yeah, that's what they're
Exactly.
saying. Is
Yeah,
that
that's what they are. That's what they are. They
yeah,
are unextinct dinosaurs.
pick up that next photo that shows it in comparison with a human hand.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just a second.
And what kind of bird are we talking about?
A cassowary.
Oh, okay.
It's really tall, and it makes an ostrich look like a pigeon.
Right. They're predominantly native to where?
Australia and New Guinea is where they're
Australia.
from.
Okay.
Yes, but they have been farmed as meat birds in the United States, out in the
I
Southwest.
wonder if they're related to emus.
Yeah, they are slightly. Not. There's not an overlap of overlap, but yeah, a little bit. They
Not today, Kevin. Not today.
You really?
Stephanie got that one.
Stephanie got that one. Yeah.
I did too.
Carl, they're like emus with switchblades. Is what they are.
Yeah.
That they're can I just say I'm scared of them. Okay. And I've seen some of them in the flesh, up close and personal. And they were not impressed with me. So
Hey, John. You could have at least let me say hit it.
okay.
I'm sorry, what was that last bit?
You could have at least let me say hit it.
There. Happy now?
Damn, did we lose Dan again? Oh,
Oh, my sweet summer child. No.
Well, all these talk about castleberry birds are making me think of Carol Spinney.
No, you're thinking of crunch berries.
I always like that cereal.
No.
Yeah, the raspberry crunch berries. Not
Oop.
the
Stepping on my cord there. Carol Spinney.
oh, okay. I sit corrected. I shall shortly.
It's only
return.
because of your shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes. I got socks and cats. That's all I got. Well,
You wear cats?
Well, they do kind of walk on my feet. Yeah. I do have the canvas, swim trunks, but we're getting off topic. I'm
We had
gonna
a
Oh,
go.
honey, we got off topic hours ago.
Really?
we went off topic about 9:00 and 30 seconds.
I didn't know there was a topic.
We gotta tighten up on that stuff. Wow, I actually did make an effort on that one. Look, excuse
Archie
me,
Bell.
Archie Bunker.
Archie
Excuse
Bell.
me. Didn't he invent a helicopter or something?
No. Come on, you know the music. You should have got that reference there, Mr. Dan. Tighten up.
If I tighten up any further, I'm gonna be. Well, I can't say that on this show, but no. I'll be right back.
No, you won't.
If Dan tightens up any further, he's going to strip his threads. So he better not.
I'm trying to determine. Well, it looks like, in terms of the organization of the relative clades, it looks like ostriches are the oldest in terms of ostrich, rhea, kiwi, elephant bird, cassowary, emu, moa, and a couple of others are all in the same basic relationship. But it looks as if, judging by the branch off, it looks as if the earliest branch off was the ostrich.
Well, guys, it is 57, so we need to start wrapping up.
Yep. Stephanie, they had that one they discovered in the 60s that everybody heard about.
Am I fixing to get joked?
Oh, come on. Everybody's heard about the bird.
Bird's the word.
Bird's the word.
Okay.
Bird is the word. Don't you know about the bird? Everybody knows the bird is a word. And on that musical note, pun intended, we're going to say goodbye, everybody. And I was hoping Dan would be back for that. We've 15 seconds. Are you going to hit the button, Joe, or should I hit the button?
Yeah. You go ahead. You go ahead and make Stephanie happy tonight.
Push the button, Max.
Once again, the lovely Stephanie Osborne, the lovely Bill Sartain, and the ever-flatulent Joe Dog McKeel. And Dan's around here somewhere. He's supposed to be making music for a bunch of people. I talk to him later about that. Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.